Welcome to another episode of The Daily Practice. The window is open, the request lines are open, the hourglass is flipped, and the sand is falling. Let's get to work. Here he is, our troubadour, Nathan Moore.
Hello there, welcome to Practice. Nathan Moore, songwriter at your service. The request lines are open. Looking forward to playing with you. Feel free to grab your instrument at home and play along. I'll leave plenty of space for you. I'm gonna keep leaving this heater on. Sorry for a little white noise added into the mix, but still under that cold spell. It's starting to break a little bit. Today was a little warmer, which is nice. Hope you're all doing okay out there. Let's see. What song do I want to start with? Trying to remember, I did a version of Mr. Clean, but I can't remember where I did it. It was fun though. Let's see here. Liking these requests I see coming in. Wouldn't have been that high, would it? Mr. Clean on his high horse. That's not too bad. I'll try it there. Mr. Clean on his high horse trots into town a little before noon. Two empty guns flapping on his hips. A hush falls over the saloon. The beer trapper puts his hands in his pockets. The poet throws darts at a whale. The bartender's on his knees in the storeroom, and the sheriff has locked himself in jail. Even the gambler can hear the wind blow as Mr. Clean swings through the doors. The waitress is serving shots over at the counter, but the bourbon turns to water as she pours. And the magician hurriedly sneaks out the back door. You can't blame him, 'cause he don't know how the deck of cards all turned to jokers. Why the black keys disappeared from the piano. Mr. Clean gives a wink, his teeth are shining. The harlots tie ribbons in their hair. The minister is crying in the corner, and all just echoes in the air. Somewhere a young boy is having visions of strange music and revolutions in the clouds. It's like he hears a far-off distant whisper. He's just dying to know what they're talking about. Oh, well, I don't know where Mr. Clean is. He sorta just left without a word. He sorta just left everybody hanging. Someone said, someone heard, he said, I'll return. Someone said he's hiding in a closet. Someone said he's on a mountaintop on his knees. Someone said he was slain by a dark night in some country overseas. But you know the rumor that interests me the most is that all those people from the saloon who can't be found, right now they're raising their glasses up in toast in this room that they have opened underground. Well, now that is where I'm heading, 'cause that's where anything goes. I can picture the painting on the postcard. Dear Mr. Clean, who knows, love everyone from below. That's a pretty fun version. You know what? I think that one might be a good use of this spider capo. We haven't played with this in a long time. But this one lets you decide which strings you want to capo. You just drop those levers. But I won't do the song or anything, but proof of concept, I could stick this on here and then capo every string except the A string, let the A string ring out. I'm gonna have to do something here after going through all this. I forgot how not easy it is. You have to then capo each string individually. Then, oh yeah, then you can have the A bass string ringing out. Oh, for some reason, I need to put it a little further back on the fret. I can't do that riff. We'll go ahead and take it off. But that would be a reasonable use for that little guy. You like? Thanks, Jeff. Good to see you, Carl, Brenda, Magpie, Beans. How's everybody doing? Good to see everybody. All right, let's just dive right into your requests here. I don't have a bunch on the tip of my tongue. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah. I don't think that song's been played on Leo yet. It is a cool trick, isn't it? I think it's called a spider, Capo. It's been a while since I got it. For all the things that's really cool for, I guess in the studio would be the best, because live, you'd have to be a good storyteller to cover up all that. When you ever gonna learn, it's not the songs, even though the moon is full. It's not the stars up there falling. No, that's you, that's beautiful. When you gonna get it straight, it's not the money. It's not your lovely friends who are never dull. It's not the flowers in the city. No, that's you, that's beautiful. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom goes your heart. It marks in time the rhythm of the view. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom goes your heart. And the ocean, thanks to you, is blue. When you ever gonna know, it's not your lover, it's not the rose-colored carnival. You might swear you see it in some other. Nope, that's you, that's beautiful every time. Gonna get it straight, it's not the sun setting or the same river twice. It's not because the clouds are pirouetting. No, that's you that feels so nice. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom goes your heart. It marks in time the rhythm of the view. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom goes your heart. And the ocean, thanks to you, is blue. And the ocean, thanks to you, is blue. Yippee! Tombstone on banjo. What does that mean? Somebody wants to hear a very different version of Tombstone. Or somebody just likes to hear a banjo being tuned up for a few minutes. I doubt this thing is anywhere close. Hasn't been played in a long time. Ooh. How's the winter treating you, little guy? First he didn't know and he didn't know that he didn't. It's just not gonna, I can't just play it the guitar way on here because it's a different number of strings. So we'll just have to do a completely different version. But boy, it sounds floppy. Even up to pitch, strings feel loose as gooses. First it's a tough one. Yeah, first he didn't know, but he didn't know that he didn't know. Then he didn't know, but he knew that he didn't know. Later he knew, but he didn't know that he knew. And at last he knew, and he knew that he knew. He was not alone. Put that on my tombstone. Well, he rode every road and he rode down the river and sang every song that he sung for the lovers that leapt from the ledge, hung up in the night. Oh, he took it, shook it and looked for the light that couldn't be showed. Put that on my tombstone. Well, if somebody laughed, he'd second the motion, and though he defied it, believed deep in the notion that to write the line where the sky meets the ocean, you gotta breathe in the air like it's some kind of potion. Each breath a wild wind blown. Yeah, put that on my tombstone. Well, he fought the good fight, and he fled without grieving. In small-minded rooms, he said, I believe I'll be leaving. And he hung his hat where the woman he loved knew how to take it. Enough is enough. Yeah, he was not unknown. Put that on my tombstone. There's some young bluegrass band out there going, hey, I never thought about this song like that. We could make a hit out of that. Yes, you could play any of my songs in almost any style of music. I had a guy I knew down in Texas. I'm just wondering why it sounds so floppy. I feel like the head is loose. But it doesn't look like anything's come undone here. But I had a friend down in Texas that every song I'd write, he'd turn into a bluegrass song with these crazy high lonesome harmonies and stuff. And I was just like, oh my God. Every song I would write, he could turn it into a bluegrass song. Well, I'm thinking you could probably do that with any genre of music with all my tunes. Don't be fooled by the packaging. You guys ever seen the inside of this banjo? Back when in my traveling days, whenever I would meet a significant banjo player, I'd have them sign the inside of the banjo. We got Bela Fleck in there, Mark Vaughn, who's passed away from the old. Got Pete Wernick, all kinds of Tony Furtado. Still not exactly sure why that was sounding so floppy. The hat, the microphone, the banjo, it's just all working. I probably should have stayed on the banjo. I love the moss-covered banjo in the window. Oh, thanks, Jeff. Well, 'cause 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 To walk through the garden, while on my way I stopped in the city. I still wanna walk through that garden someday. Hope that garden will wait for me. At my hands that he could tell I didn't work just by my finger. I'd be proud to show him these hands now. It's funny how that memory lingers. Last night I heard the peepers by the pond and a train way off in the distance. Felt like I died on the day I was born and just dreamt this whole life up in an instant. Oh man, that was fun. Part of me wishes I dropped the high E down to a D as well. Oh man, the window art, every time I look over, it's so funny. It's so awesome. All right, next we had Deep Down in the Hollow. All right. Whoops, I see that. Well, the songs just sound better on a transistor radio with a cold one in my hand in the woods. And the food I desire is from an open fire, burned a little bit, just tastes so good. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Where the songbirds singing, they can handle my secrets. And the moon looks at me like a fool in love. Just something about the crickets that choir past the fences that seems to come from above. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Back to the crackles and the creeks, to the grass beneath my feet, to the sudden flowers, the busy buzzing of bees, to the faces on the people gathered in the joy of just being beneath the trees. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. I say, let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Let's go all the way next time, deep down in the hollow. Oh, the Hermit King. There's a new name. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Yeah, I was jamming on that harmonica pretty good till I got to that B. I keep on trying to decide whether I want to cross harp or blow straight on this tune. And the D harmonica is really nice when we're hanging on that B minor for a second. This G harmonica, not so much. I was surprised the first few notes actually seemed to work. As long as I don't move around too much. Whereas the D harmonica, you can just sort of really have some fun on that B minor. As you can see, most of those notes are working on some level. It's a tough one. I need to go back through the timestamps and find that one night when something really cool. This happens a lot. Like, all right, so one night I'm playing Deep Down in the Hollow here on the Daily Practice, and we get to that B section, and I'm pretty sure I had a D harmonica in there, and all of a sudden we just like broke on through to this other side of something, and we were just in this nice little space. What was happening on the harmonica was so cool, and the guitar, could have just hung out there forever. It was like just a giant lily pad, and it was just such a nice little space. Well, a couple weeks later, I go to play Deep Down in the Hollow again, and I remember that space, but I can't remember quite what it was. So I just sort of like get excited. I'm like thinking the bullseye is really big, like, oh, that's going to happen again. It doesn't happen. It didn't happen again. It was like, oh, that was not it. That was awkward. It's just so funny how that happens. Then I got to go back and like find the show and like actually try to remember so spontaneous moments that can haunt you. Could, like, if something really new and cool happens, you sort of have to bottle it. You have to sort of break it down and figure out what it was, or you'll just be haunted by, like, what was that? How did that happen? Why did it feel like that? And you just forever be hanging out in moments of songs that aren't nearly as good as you know they could be. It's such a strange thing. It's interesting, though. All right, moving along. Next request was Thank You, Life. Here's another one that the harmonica, which harmonica and how to do it is haunting me. Maybe I won't play any harmonica at all tonight. It is sort of like harmonica heroin. Need a little bit more each time. First one's free. And you're looking for that elusive nirvana. In the casino, I wasn't gambling. I knew I was going to lose. I walked forever, but I wasn't rambling. I was just trying on some shoes. I met a teller, she told me a fortune. She knew I might not have any, but 222's exactly what I was down to. $2, 2 dimes, 2 pennies. Thank you, life, for the light I'm given. Thank you, light, for the life I'm living. I got my soda pop, I got my lighter, I got my pink bubble gum. I got a hot mama be lying beside her when all is said and done. I can't wait to get there. First I gotta go too far, it's hard work playing the fool. I know a shortcut, but it's through the graveyard. Thank God the moon is full. Thank you, light, for the light I'm given. Thank you, light, for the life I'm living. You're looking, it might be right before your eyes. Give it a try, but don't try too hard. You might become addicted to your size. Friends might avoid you, and strangers might stay. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm just telling you, it gets weird out there. Thank you, life. That was fun. Swaby. Oh, you didn't hear that news? You might not have been with us the night of that big announcement. Yeah, Marty stayed in the family. Yep, we adopted him. Couldn't let him go. We bonded too much. He saved my life once. We were in battle together, and he's taught me so much, and I feel like he has a lot more to teach me. Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to refresh the request list here. But I did see the request come in for a song on Marty. I'm still a little nervous about that. I want Leo to get his feet firmly on solid ground before I start comparing them in ways such as that. But anyways, Marty's upstairs in his case being humidified. So if he was right here handy, it would be a little bit harder decision. Maybe someday. God, I might have to go to the piano for that, right? Yeah, it's pretty exciting. He's magic. He has a lot to show me still. I feel like he's my mentor. I don't know. I can't just I go back and forth on how I describe the different personalities. Two very, very different guitars that mean completely different things to me that are still undefined in a lot of ways. But very exciting time, for sure. It's a new era as I become a guitar player on some level, in some weird way. I think that's true. Which is a perfect setup for let's mosey on over to the piano here. I need some piano mosey music. Come with me, kids. Don't let me forget this guitar pick sitting here. God, it's been a long time since I've sang this one. Wish I knew the magic words to dry up all our tears. Wish I had a magic wand to make our troubles disappear. But I don't know no magic words. And I don't have a magic wand. But here's my empty hand, my dear. Hold on, hold on, hold on. When I woke up this morning, that dream was on my mind. Beside me was a cigarette floating in a glass of wine. I picked up my guitar, started strumming out a time. Couldn't find a reason, I could only find a rhyme. Maybe someday, maybe someday. Maybe someday, maybe someday soon. I won't be this far away. I won't be the man in the moon. Oh, I know just what you would say if you heard me sing this tune. Singing someday, maybe someday. Singing someday, maybe someday soon. Yep, I got a friend in Texas that could turn that into a proper bluegrass song. I tell you what, just like that, lickety split. Ain't nothing to it, really. Just make it so. Funky foot first. Boy, I wish you were in here earlier. Somebody made me play Tombstone on the banjo. And I was like, where's Funky Foot first to save me from this? He'd dive in front of that bullet. I know he would. I'd still be standing. Oh, I was thinking of you, Funky Foot first. I'm glad you hopped in here, because I was trying to remember that Death Comes A-Callin' last night, and I was going to try it earlier, but you weren't here yet, so I figured that wouldn't be right. But let's see if... use my partial capo up here. Hey, Jana, good to see you. Hi. My death comes a-callin', she will be my bride, the prettiest one I've seen in my lifetime. From the sky she'll come a-fallin', she'll be wearing white, she's gonna be all mine. My death comes a-callin', but my head's held high. I knew she'd be coming round this morning, so I tip my hat and I say goodbye. Don't waste your time on me morning. I'm engaged to be married to the lady in the story that I've always known, as I've always sung. My death comes a-callin', she will be here soon. No one knows this like I do. But there's one more jug of wine, and there's a ripe white moon, and we've got all night too. My death comes a-callin', gotta find a suit. There's so much to do, so little warning. Gotta say see to all the boys, tell them all the news. I can feel the party forming. I'm engaged to be married to the lady in the story that I've always known. This I've always sung. Death comes a-calling, that means no more night, unless that's what they call it where she takes me. But I got me one more, I might as well sleep tight. Maybe I can sleep until she wakes me. She will say good morning, she will say let's go, and I'll leave my body in the bedroom. There'll be no more trouble, there'll be no more woe, just an endless honeymoon. I'm engaged to be married to the lady in the story that I've always known, and this I've always sung. I'm engaged to be married to the lady in the story. This I've always known. This I've always sung. Man, I don't think that's the version. I don't know. It is fun. I completely know why I'm trying to find some new music for those words, though, because I do really still love those words. There's just something about it. You could eliminate a few verses, turn it into some kind of dirge. I was feeling in the back of my mind, I was thinking dirge vibes. Oh no, could that possibly be true? Holy moly, folks. We are failing at slowing time down. I thought that's what we were trying to do, but I feel like we got our wires reversed somewhere and we're doing it all backwards. There's something fun about that music. I'm not exactly sure it sells the words as good as they could be. It could just be not so like bouncy and bubbly. Almost like go with like a few friends to a silo somewhere and just go in there and come up with the version of My Death Comes a Callin', a cappella, just in a silo with crazy reverberation. My death comes a calling, gotta find us. I don't know. I had a vision in there, but it was an audio vision, hard to describe, even harder to know. What the hell? Oh, you guys are awesome. Leaving song time. I mean, let's take a look at the list here. We'll be back tomorrow night. Help Wanted, Blessed Porcupine, Red Sky on the piano, I Love You, Oh Well. I Love You, Oh Well. I don't think that one's in the boat, but we should maybe check in on it, make sure. Not sure what key to sing it in either. This might be a dangerous leaving song. Sometimes leaving songs fail, though, and you gotta do another. Every day I write you a long letter saying I'm leaving, and I make a mistake, deliver it myself. Now I got a suitcase of old letters, I reckon I should save them. Someday I might have to keep them from someone else. You don't really want me around, so when you let me, I'm bound to break a promise I'll never tell, 'cause I love you, I just love you, oh well. Every night I swear this isn't happening, I'm not fooling myself in the morning, it's gonna be a different day. But then you're singing in my dreams, and you wake me with the phone ring. You say drop on by if you'll go in my way. But you don't really want me around, so when you let me, I'm bound to break a promise I'll never tell. 'Cause I love you, I just love you, oh well. So you say you've been thinking about me, that you love me, and you're glad I understand about your little room. Then you wrap your arms around me and you lift my hoping body, send me dancing home by the light of the moon. You don't really want me around, so when you let me, I'm bound to break a promise I'll never tell. 'Cause I love you, I just love you, oh well. I guess I'm good as gold, I'm pleased as punch, I'm better for knowing man lost at sea. The only trouble is it's all like a window painted shut. You can't go out there, but there's so much to see. Oh, you don't really want me around, so when you let me, I'm bound to break a promise I'll never tell. 'Cause I love you, I just love you, oh well. 'Cause I love you, I just love you, oh well. Got a little lost there. I was thinking about a story about that song at the same time. I just got lost with the capo position. Okay, that was fun. That was fun. You know, that song actually led to one of the first big breaks in the Amusement's career. We were busking in Austin, Texas, and there was a lady that heard us playing on the sidewalk. I think it was during South by Southwest, and fell in love with us. And then she got a CD, and then she really loved I Love You, Oh Well, and decided that she was going to try to manage us. And she managed us for like a year, a little more. Got some fun gigs. She'd never really done it. She was a stand-up comedian, but that was, you know, she had time on her hands as well, so she decided she was going to manage some music, and manage the Amusement for a year. And then, you know, it didn't take off. We didn't take off, and so she more focused on her stand-up comedy and stuff, and we went our separate ways amicably, and it was very sweet and a very fun time in our life. And that lady went on to, she was at the time, and still is to this day, Tig Story, who's a pretty famous comedian at this point. She really rose up to the upper echelon, all the way to the top. Gosh, if we'd only been stand-up comedians, who knows what would have happened. But true story. All right, I'll be back tomorrow night like clockwork. Thank you so much for being out there. Y'all, be silly, be honest, and always trust your cape. Bye.